back to a new YouTube video. So today, as you can see, I'm in the block, I'm in my bedroom, and I thought it'd be a fun video to show you around and show you a room tour of what the accommodation's like once you leave basic training and you go into the block. In the army, like what the standard is, how much storage there is, and just give you an idea of what to expect. So without further ado, let's get on with the room tour. So I am going to caveat this and say I'm getting ready to move out at the moment and go somewhere else. So there's not much of my personal belongings in here, which I thought was easier because A, you guys don't see all of my junk that I normally have in the room, and B, like you can actually just see the room for what it is a bit more. So I think it's a good time for me to do it now, but just know that like I do have more belongings and I'm not living out of suitcases, it's just temporary. So before you enter the room, I'm in a flat of 8 people. So I'm at the end of the corridor, so you'd come in this way. This is my room, what it looks like from the outside. And as you open the door, this is the overview of the room. As I said, I'm not living out of suitcases, they're temporary. So this is just generally the draft overview. So as you come in, you've got hooks here for coats and things. And you've got a series of wardrobes, which I'll open in a moment to give you a look of what storage is like inside them. As you pan round, you get a bed, big notice board, shelving unit over there, bedside table, the desk, drawers, and then as you come on this way, you've got 2 doors here, radiator, back to the door, and the coats. So that's an overview of the room. I think this is actually a good sized room for what I've experienced. It's not a double bed, it's a 3/4 bed, but really same difference. And furniture wise, I'm quite thankful in this block, on this camp, the furniture is quite minimal. It's literally just the essentials because you have a lot of built-in storage in there, which I'll go into in a moment, and then all of the wardrobes. Whereas obviously some accommodation blocks, you don't have any of the built-in storage, so you have a lot more furniture in the room, which then makes it a lot harder to like personalise where you want stuff. And equally, the size of the room can be smaller, but obviously normally as you go up the ranks, you get bigger rooms, you can get sofas and stuff like that. So it's all dependent on the rank that you're at. At the moment, I'm a Lance Corporal, so it's pretty standard for like, you know, private Lance Corporals in the block that I'm in. So I'll go through the wardrobes and show you what's in them. As I already said, there's literally nothing in here, but it gives you an idea of what there is. So at the top, it's just spare bedding, but that space up there is enough to hold a large suitcase, maybe a small one, so it actually goes back quite a lot and there's a lot of room up there, but that just is holding the issued bedding that you get when you get a room, because obviously I don't want to use that. I like to use my own, but that's good if you have guests and stuff. So I just sort of keep that storage in there. And then at the moment, the wardrobe's just a double wardrobe. Normally it's absolutely chock-a-blocked, rammed with all my stuff, but I've actually just got a bit of uniform and then tops that I'm deciding which one to wear for New Year's Eve at the moment. So I think I'm going to go with this one, but that's why they're hanging in there. And then enough space at the bottom for shoes, got my iron. And then you've got all of these shelves here for plenty of space. So actually, even just with this on its own, there's so much room in here. Normally, the way that I structured the wardrobes is I had this main double one for all of my like civvy, personal clothing and shoes and everything. And then this one is where I put all of my work gear. So this is basically currently just my junk, like everything that I need to put into storage or take back to my locker. But again, it's still a lot of storage space in here. It's a single wardrobe, but maybe it's a little bit bigger than that actually. Plenty of space for clothes in there, and then you also have enough space at the top, and again that goes back quite a lot, so it does fit a lot in here. You also get a lovely little mirror on the inside to see your outfit of the day. So I would say in the triple wardrobe, plenty of space to put a lot of stuff, but the bonus is that also under the bed there's loads of room to put stuff in there, so it's probably enough for I'd say like 3-4 large suitcases. That's where normally I put all of like my spare grip bags filled with all my like spare clothes or like work stuff or exercise kit. That all goes under there and gets hidden. Then as we pan round from this half of the room, we go here. So you got 4 large drawers. They're pretty much a lot of space in here. Makes things handy, lockable as well. I've just got my little coffee set up, so like the essentials really in priority order of favourite to probably least favourite, but I have all these on a daily basis. You guys know since university days that this is a strong staple for me. I can't go through the day without a good coffee machine. And then the desk space, which also serves as like a dining table really, because whilst we have the cookhouse, I'm often on shifts or doing unsociable hours, so I never really use the cookhouse, unless really weekends, but it's really rare, although the cookhouse on this campus is pretty good. So we have a kitchen and it's shared between the 8 people in this flat, and you basically don't really get anywhere to eat a meal outside of the kitchen or the living room. It's literally just on the sofa, so I just prefer to sit and eat at my desk if I'm going to eat in my room. So yeah, study space, stroke dining table, functional living space. And then as we pan round to the bedside cabinet, so you've got bedside cabinet, big drawer here that opens up, a lot of room in there. Got my little book that I've got on the go. I've almost finished this. I started it when I was on holiday and it's actually very good. I would recommend. Got a few lights up just to make it look a bit more homely. Normally, you know, I'd have stuff here as well. Obviously loads of people can put like photos and linens and fabrics and flags and really personalise this, and to be honest, if you put something that masks that colour, you could really change the colour scheme of the whole room. You could change the curtains if you wanted to, but I quite frankly just don't really care enough. And then this in the corner, so it's my ottoman with all of my like cleaning supplies and spare products and stuff, but this is like my own personal purchase. It's just something that I find makes my life easier, put everything away. And then we've got my shelves. These are normally absolutely heaving with books, but obviously I've slimmed them down because they've all been packed away. So at the moment we've just got a few that I plan to read over the next probably week, 2 weeks. A lot of these are really short. It's also, I feel like, a very random selection of books that are here, but it's just these are the shortest ones that I had that I wanted to just get read. That's why they're there. I don't feel like that's a good representation of what I'd normally read. And then all my files and stuff. And then here's just like a few little bits from just being in the army generally. So this was when I was deployed to the Netherlands and we went and policed out there for the 9 Megan marches. So these patches were swaps from that deployment. So this was from the Dutch police that we were working with. This was from the American military police, and then this was one of the American military police guys, also worked as a recruiter, and obviously my role for the last 6 months has been a recruiter within the army, so that was a really nice swap actually. And I've got a few coins. So this one's from when I was with my previous regiment, when I was with the Guards. So when we went out to Italy, I was given this for my role out there as a thank you for the job that I did with social media and engagement generally. So that was actually quite sentimental to me. It's a nice little thank you that I look back on fondly from when I look back at that Italy trip. This one is RMP one, and this was for working the coronation this year. Again, just quite a nice coin. And then this was from the Dutch police when we were out in the Netherlands working with them. So again, this is a nice one to have. And I also have a little coaster that looks really battered and bruised now, but it was from a dinner I went to with loads of my friends from my previous regiment a few years ago now. And yeah, I just keep it. It was like a little keepsake from the dinner, so I just sort of keep that as a reminder of sort of my time with those people in the regiment that I was previously in. Got a little note from my best friend. She always writes me loads of letters and notes and basically cheers me up, so I keep these in my room. And then I've got a mirror that I normally do my makeup in. So yeah, that's the general gist of the room, but now I'll open the magic doors behind me and show you what's in there, but brace yourself because they actually do hold the mess. Okay, so as you open the door, I kind of have to wedge it because otherwise it just falls closed. So you've got hooks on the back of the door, which is a nice bit of storage. And then basically this is just a massive storage room. As I said, it's really messy in here. But this is like junk that I need to put into storage again for when I leave. Just generally like laundry, facility stuff. And then here is obviously, as I mentioned before with the kitchen, you've got 8 people sharing in this flat and we have like 2 kitchen cupboards. So you can imagine there's absolutely no space at all in the kitchen for having your own food and having your own stuff. So this is basically my pantry. In here I've got all my plates and stuff like that, and like just kitchen scales and spices and all that type of stuff. And then this is just generally like food that I have and just general leftover rubbish that just sits here ready to be eaten. And then you've got my little hair station again. This normally has way more junk on it, I will say. But yeah, good space here. The shelves are really deep, they go back a lot, so you can put a lot on them. And then the same up here, and then the same at the top. You've just got more issued bedding up there. Not all blocks or accommodation will have these cupboards, so they're so handy to have. Like, I absolutely love that this room has this, because you can just hide so much stuff away in there, and especially if you're here long term, it's just so invaluable storage space. So that's that door, the cupboard's in there, and then the second door is the ensuite. So again, great that there's an ensuite. Not all accommodation blocks give you your own bathroom. It's pretty basic. Obviously, it's got everything that you want and need. I do personally like that the shower is like a walk-in shower rather than some of them just have like the really horrible curtain screens that stick to you. So actually, it's a good sized bathroom as well. Like storage here for your products, towel rail that heats up. So yeah, it's just that extra nice little bit of comfort to have an ensuite, I must say. So that concludes the room tour. I hope this was helpful on a level to A, see what rooms are like, and B, just get a sense of the storage. So gives you a general idea that if you are moving into the block in the future, you kind of know what you can bring, what's provided typically, and just give you a sense of like how to plan. I will say that obviously this room is equivalent to the rank that I'm at the camp that I'm at. There is variations depending on where you're based around the UK, abroad. So, and obviously what rank you're at, obviously the more senior you go in terms of senior NCOs and officers, they will get better accommodation, typically bigger, bit more furniture, sometimes a sofa. It depends obviously where you're at in your journey. And also the rooms themselves can be smaller. You can get single beds, you can get ones with sinks in them but not have a bathroom and then have a shared bathroom. Little differences depending on the camps that you're at. So I hope this video gives you a general idea of what to expect with the accommodation, and also it's just quite interesting. I always think to look around and look in people's rooms and see how they decorate and what they do. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about accommodation or the army generally, or any video suggestion ideas, things that you want to see, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!